Hello everybody, thanks for tuning in. Alright, so this video I meant to do a long time ago. This is a follow-up on my AR-45 problem and fixes. The video that I wanted to do, would be this video here, I wanted to actually be showing you the problems as well as fixing the problems all on film, but I wasn't able to get the bolt that I wanted and or needed. When I ordered it, it took about 4 months. I still hadn't received it. Then the C word virus hit, and forget about even getting it. So I canceled that order. But I'm gonna take apart my 45 right now, and I'm gonna show you and talk to you about all the problems that I had with mine, as well as show you a closer detail on how I fixed that problem, so you'll get a better idea if you choose to do this. Now, just for a warning, I am not a gunsmith. I am your average, everyday individual who just likes to fix his own crap. So, if you get a 45 that's from a manufacturer or anything like that, I would recommend calling them if you have the jamming issues that I'm going to be talking to you about, as well as seeing if the company from parts that you ordered will warranty those parts if you have these problems. So this is again a video of how I fix mine. Mine is a Franken build, so in turn they may have been warranted, they may not have been warranted. I just like to fix stuff on my own once I get it. So let's get started, and I'll start breaking it down and showing you exactly what problems I was having. Okay, I have it all taken apart now. I put the lower receiver off to the side. So, starting off, my problems that I had was with the bullet getting jammed into the chamber as it was feeding. So, this is my old barrel. This is the one I'm going to explain really quick how I fixed it. Now, I'm going to try to make this fast because I know this can take forever to talk about. But originally, the bullet would go in and it would get jammed just like this as it was going in. And it would dent it up pretty bad at the bottom here. So what I did originally was I tried polishing out the chamber. I tried putting a ramp on it. None of that worked. I eventually took a little Dremel with the grinding wheel again and tried grinding it out to smooth it out, to open it up a little bit. Still didn't work. So I destroyed this barrel, had to get rid of it. Bought the same company barrel and replaced it with that exact same type of barrel. Because after doing all that, I realized it was the bolt face that was causing all the problems. Now, this is a FN bolt right now, and I hear that they will warranty it, as well as they have a new up-to-date bolt without the lip on it. This originally had a lip on it, which I grinded down, and that's why I'm making this video, to show you how much I grinded it down, as well as the little ramp that I put on it. But originally that little lip would push around inside of your chamber and it would go flush. So it would basically go into your chamber and get pushed in front of your extractor. It would not do that because it wasn't allowing it to get pushed in behind the extractor, just because of that little lip right there. As well, there was one other little tiny issue that was causing it to misfeed. So, again, once I took that little lip down, I put a little angled ramp on it. Hopefully my camera could focus on it. It's kind of angled. Still has just a tiny bit because I didn't want to go too far on it. But I also ended up, if you can see this mark right here, underneath the extractor on the bolt, it was a little bit protruding in front of the extractor. So the bullet, when it would come in, it would basically get stuck right about there as well. So it would be sitting up and it would just hit bloop right inside of that. After realizing that too, I made it so that the round would actually come from the bottom, get caught by it, and feed up underneath of it. And once I was able to get rid of this just by fouling it out a little bit so that the round could literally slide up in there just like so,
it started working perfectly. And I got this idea because of basically how 1911s and Glocks work. When they chamber, the round actually slides up underneath of it, the extractor, and then they fire instead of going head on with it and then having to push it in. So that was the issues that I was having with my bolt, and that's how I fixed the bolt. Again, this is an amateur talking to you, okay? So I've had people do this from my previous videos, and it worked for them. I've also had a few people that it did not work for. But this is a more in-depth look at the... Oh, man, come on. Focus. This is a more in-depth look at it. I'm sorry, it won't focus for you. If you can see that right there on how I did it. Now, one more issue that I had was I shoot suppress, so I got a lot of port pop coming from the chamber when I fired it. This right here is an extra heavy spring that I purchased for the 45. I also had the 10-ounce buffer. I still got it. And it worked great if you were shooting unsuppressed. You wouldn't be able to tell. You'd have ears on anyways. But when you shoot suppress and you got a lot of port pop there, it starts to make everything not so much fun. So what I ended up doing is I ended up stretching my spring out just a little bit. So this is a standard spring from your carbine. This is my spring from my 45. And if you look closely, you can see that it's stretched out a little bit more than originally. And when I did that, it actually pretty much helped take that port pop away. And now I can shoot comfortably without ears. But again, this is something I did as an amateur. And while doing this, it does make it a little harder to chamber around, but it's not that much harder. So if you choose to do this, I warned you, I am an amateur. However, all of these things that I did has allowed my gun to run really, really good. It has been 100% reliable ever since I got all of this stuff fixed. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, comments, please leave them in the comment section below. I love trying to respond. And another thing, I don't always get comments. I don't know why, but I will be looking at the videos, and hopefully my comments will start coming in a little bit better. They are working now, but for a while I wasn't receiving notification that I was getting comments. So again, thank you for watching. Leave your comments and your questions down below if you have any. And y'all take care.